I'm Zorah Mardesich. Currently, I am one of our customer support managers at PagerDuty. We do have more than one manager because we have our team split up since we're global. And so somebody takes the early shift and I take the late shift, and it works out. I have been in software. Software was one of the first things that I got into, even after high school. And I've been in this software and tech world for about 30 years now, coming up on. Most of that time has been in some form of QA, tech support, customer training. I did a stint where I was going in and installing hardware and then staying behind to train the personnel on the software after we installed our system. So it's all been a very customer focused journey for me, and a journey of focusing on how the software works out in the wild, in the real world. And a few years ago now, I don't know, like 6 or 7, time
Yeah.
goes fast. 6 or 7
It
years ago
does.
now, I had an excellent mentor in a VP of engineering who gave me a shot. We had a support team without a manager, and I was the person in meetings who was always speaking up and saying, "Why do we do it this way? What is our plan here? What are we going to do?" And he said, "Would you like to, take over this team and give it a shot in improving what's going on?" And I jumped at it. I said, "Yes, they have problems. I can see them. I want to fix the problems." Which is always kind of my focus. I love
Okay.
to solve problems. This is the
That's
career for me.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Not everyone can say that.
But yeah, so and that's led me here. So I've been doing, support management and taking on teams since then, and I found that I really, really love team management. I love solving problems for teams. It's so satisfying. It's so fun. Being able to help other people growing their careers and seeing them blossom is just, I find it really, really personally satisfying and fun. And I get to meet so many people. I've got to learn so much from the teams that I've been managing and working with. Currently, the main part of my team is over in Chile. So I finally buckled down and started real Spanish lessons. Uh,
Okay.
Growing up in California, I'm a little ashamed that I didn't already know enough Spanish. It's been really a fun journey, I think, and non-traditional. I'm happy to let everybody know I did not graduate college. I
Okay.
went straight into software. It was exciting. It was new. You didn't need a degree back in the day, and, and I never went back. So I think it's been a nice journey for me, and I'm glad to work with younger people and people just coming into the career now to show them that even a non-traditional journey can get you to a great place.
Not everyone can say that they can manage all the stress, maybe about managing a team. But this is interesting because even though if someone doesn't feel like it has all the skills, I think that each one of us can learn. And we'll talk about this a little bit because you are going to help us with this.
100%.
Thank you. And during that experience, how did you first get involved with the support-driven community?
It was introduced to me by a colleague. I hadn't known about it, and one of my colleagues here at PagerDuty was active in the community and was talking about it and told me, "Oh, I posted on Support Driven and I got this great idea." And I was like, "What is that? Why don't I know about this?" And she showed me the website and I joined up, and I really enjoy the forums. I enjoy the Slack channel for going and reading how other people are handling issues. It's been a good resource. I wasn't able to get to Support Driven last year. I had a conflict with another visit, but I was so excited to go this year. And, when my boss said, "Hey, I think this idea of yours and the things you're talking about are really good. I think you should talk about them outside of the company. Why don't you put in a talk proposal?" I never would have considered it myself. This is my first time. And I really thought, oh, well, I guess I'll just put in a proposal because I do believe in these ideas. I think they're good, or I wouldn't be doing them. And I was really, really pleased to have that accepted.
Feel like when you have conviction about what you're doing, you can transmit that, and that's amazing. And speaking about that, your talk at Expo is titled Creating Calm in the Chaos of Reactive Work. So, without giving too much away, could you give us a brief overview of what attendees can expect to learn during your session?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can start from the beginning of that. As a team manager, I consider myself to have three customers, right? Our customers are my customers, my team are my customers, and the company are my customers, right? Personally, those are the three people that I have a responsibility towards. And part
Okay.
of that responsibility towards the team is making sure that they have everything they need to do their best work. And more over the years, especially in tech support and in customer support, it's so reactive. You can't plan your day. You have no idea what's coming your way, right? To a certain extent. And I've been looking more and more into these ideas around human attention, around cognitive load. What can we really do? How many things can we really do at one time? And more, the research says one. We can do one thing at a time well.
Yes.
And so my talk is a lot about recognizing that and how to find and fix the areas where you're expecting your team to split their attention too much over too long a period, and what it does to a team's stress levels to constantly be listening out for an alert. This goes really deep into that human thing where you can't do deep work and focus well with calm and low stress if you're constantly expecting to be interrupted. Part of your mind will just be watching for that interruption and not be focused on your task. And it creates a constant low level of stress that carries over day to day. And so how to find those things and what kind of strategies we can employ to have fewer of those. It's not possible to eliminate them in this job,
No, of
but how
course.
can we create space for every team member every day to have some focused, calm thinking time where they're not just ready to jump to a new task?
It's the work that we need to do to get the job done, basically. Determines how well are we going to be able to perform in the rest of the task that we have to do. I feel that when we started working remotely, we felt like really invincible, like we wanted to do everything at the same time, house chores or even a lot of tasks at the same time, because you had the possibility, and we still can, to have like a lot of tabs open with the different
Mhm.
tasks all the time. But as you're saying, in the end, it gives you like a bill to say so, that maybe you're not performing as well, or on stress levels and overall performance. So I
Yeah.
feel this is really going to be really amazing. I can see you, and I know that you really believe on what you're saying. So I'm quite sure that it's going to be really useful for all the attendees.
I'm so happy. And, I'll be happy to talk about how we've done that at PagerDuty, how I've done it with my team and the good results, not only in, the metrics that we all talk about, time to resolution and all of that,
Sure.
but in the overall happiness of my team, our engagement survey results. I get consistently really high team engagement rates because they feel like I'm looking out for them and they
Mhm.
feel valued, which
Yeah.
is so important in work.
Yeah, sure. Taken care of. Yeah, that's amazing. I love that so much. This is your first time so attending Expo. Is there
Mhm.
something that you're most looking forward to?
I have been looking through, the different talk tracks and trying to imagine what's going to be in each of them. And I'm so looking forward to listening to the other talks and getting in some time just speaking with peers and other professionals that I don't really get to do that much day to day. I think it's just really exciting to have a conference for support professionals. I think a lot of us know that support isn't always the most visible or respected uh, you know, team in a company.
Mhm.
Um, so having a gathering of just people who are in support, who understand how it's valuable and who share your same problems, I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it's a good moment as well to maybe change that perspective and say like, hey, this is really important and we have really good ideas and this also affects like of
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
business. And so it has a repercussion on everything as a company to say so.
100%. Support is important.
Yeah, exactly. Who would have
It'll be
known?
fun. It'll be
Yeah.
fun to be with people who also understand that. And I'm just looking forward to learning a lot. I love to go to lectures and conferences and, that's one of my favorite things is to learn from smarter people than me in the industry, whenever I get the chance.
Well, this is amazing. It's going to be a great couple of days, I'm sure. So thank you again for your time and for giving us this exciting preview. We're really looking forward for your presentation at Expo. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone and
Sure.
talking to everyone and listening to everyone else's talks.